step it up. Haters buckle up. Social authority coming for you suckers. Better listen up. Better listen up. Better listen up. Hustle step it up. Hustle step it up. Haters buckle up. Social authority coming for you suckers. Better listen up. Better listen up. Better listen up. Contact. You get
what you attract.
Mindset, gotta keep it on track.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Standing in my way. I'm coming for everything I ever wanted today.
Stand up.
If you're ready to transform.
Welcome back to the Social Authority Show. Tuesday edition. It is December 9th. I am Pat Hilton, your host. Welcome back to the greatest show on earth. We're claiming it this year. I think it's time. If you want to make changes in 2026, the best time to start is right now. Here at Social Authority Headquarters, we deal with a lot. We deal with a lot of personalities. We deal with a lot of business leaders. And we deal with a lot of brands and companies on social media. We see a lot of things that people don't see. And when your client list is as elite as ours is, it's really no surprise that it has pushed us to become more of a high-powered output company than we were in the past. We have to constantly make changes. We're completely revamping the way that we communicate with clients with a new AI system. We're building a mobile application, and we're going to have a private group that's going to be available for a limited amount of people to join and be a member of. I think it's very important for you and me to make the changes that need to be made now. If you want to get in better shape. I mean, I've been hammering the Stairmaster, hitting the weights. My body is starting to change. The composition looks better. I haven't really lost a whole bunch of pounds, but I'm telling you, I look more jacked. I'm putting in the work. It's going to take a lot of time. That's something that I want to have down. And so I'm working on that system and that schedule now. Most importantly, content. I'm going to be broadcasting Monday through Friday every single day of the week next year. Period. Without discussion. Every day. And I'm starting by just doing it now. And I'm going to have a variety of hats, a variety of different looks, a variety of different themes. We're working on a whole bunch of that. And so, if you want to make changes in 2026, start now at the end of 2025 so that you've got momentum. I see a lot of people here at the end of 2025 shutting off marketing channels, shutting off social media marketing. That is the stupidest thing you can do going into the new year. People make buying decisions all the way through Christmas into the new year. They decide who they're going to work with, what marketing teams they're going to work with, and guess where they find everybody? Right here on their phone, on social media. People have overlooked Facebook for years and years and years. They bought fake followers on Instagram, went and bought fake this, fake that on these other platforms. They're all coming back to Facebook, which is where I've been the whole time, because that's where you can't fake it. You cannot fake it on Facebook. That's why you go and you look at a guru's page that's got, or anybody. I see this kid, he's got 138,000 followers on Instagram and he's got 0 on Facebook. Why? Because they're all fake. Everybody knows this now. Everybody woke up to this. Real game, real streams, real conversations, real video content is the king. It has been, it will be. YouTube isn't going anywhere, and they've added a podcast feature so that you can just run your whole podcast through YouTube. I go live on Facebook. We take it, we upload it through all the podcast channels. It shows up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and YouTube Video Podcast. I'm just going to call this guy out. I like this guy, Tom Krall. He gives great business advice. When he tells you to only do an audio podcast, he's fucking wrong. Do video. Why would anyone listen to an audio podcast in 2025 or 2026? It's terrible advice. Make a video component to your podcast, or why do I watch it? People want to see a show. They don't want to listen to you. They want to see you, feel you, hear you, believe you. Guys got great advice. That is not one of the pieces of advice I would recommend. Anybody telling you to do audio only doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. Unless you're a band and you need to record an album. That's the only time you should do audio only. Terrible advice. Make the changes now. Most of you that even see this should be posting videos and you're not. I don't know why. And so I'm just going to go so overboard with live streams, so overboard with uploading. We're planning on doing 2 to 3 posts minimum per day on shorts and reels moving forward into 2026 on my thing. Because if I want to be the Gary Vee of the future, it starts now. I had a friend tell me, man, you should, wear a button up, wear a sport coat, wear a this, wear a that. And it's like, some days maybe I will. But if I don't feel like it, I'm not going to. Because I know for a fact, because I've conformed to this like consulting, guru, coaching, real estate coach system that everybody's got that I've been around for the last few years, and it doesn't work. It does not work. Coaches and consultants all claim that they make all this money, and they don't. Facts. The people who are getting the views, who are getting the big interviews, and who are getting the big stages are running an actual business that is tangible, that has deliverables that you can measure. Coaching and consulting, unless you're Tony Whatley, okay? Because by the way, when I talk shit, I always have a recommendation. And by the way, Tom Krall's a great coach. I love Tom Krall. It's just that the one podcast, just do an audio podcast, that's bad advice. Tony Whatley, Tom Krall, 2 great coaches. You want to coach? Go talk to one of those guys about coaching. But when it comes to me and what we sell, I don't sell coaching. I would rather just give it to you. We sell a deliverable. We sell a marketing strategy or a done-for-you video marketing model. Because I like to be able to make sure I measure everything that I give to someone. No one can ever go online and say, oh, Pat Hilton takes people's money and doesn't deliver. It's impossible because I can go right to the Instagram page and pull up every post we did for somebody. And I can usually show you when they cut off the payment too and went dark. Those people never make it. If you're not posting video in 2026, you're gonna get your ass kicked by the people that are. Make the changes now. If you're not on video and you're only doing an audio podcast, you are losing revenue by not being on video. That is an idiotic strategy. It's so dumb. Also, nobody cares what your podcast is ranked. Podcast rankings mean nothing. Just like Billboard rankings don't mean anything. They used to, but they don't anymore. You got a guy like Russ who makes way, way, way more money than the people that are ranked number 1, but you might not know that unless you know that. Now you know that. Make those changes now, folks. I'm telling you, because I'm making those changes. I don't give a fuck if people like my show anymore because the mindset of the consumer in 2026 is way more brutal, way more savage, way more real, and way more raw than it's ever been in the past. The sugar-coated, candy-coated bullshit on the internet, people are sick of it. They're sick of the scripted crap. They're sick of the feel-good bullshit. People in the United States of America are in pain. Everything is more expensive than it's ever been. Housing is more expensive. People can't afford health insurance. People can't afford to live. And then you got these pundits on the internet telling them how they're pieces of shit for that. No, people are pissed. They're tired of paying taxes, all this tax money, and it gets wasted. And I don't even care who you vote for. It gets wasted either way. So don't come and try and even play that card at this table. If you want to control the controllables in your life, it starts today. Because you can't control so many of these other variables that are thrown at you all day, every single day. beat you over the head with politics. They beat you over the head with the financial stability of the marketplace and all this stuff. The only thing you can control is your mindset and your mission and your message. Get your mind right and your body right. Get your mission straight and take a bunch of action and put your message out there. Because if you're snoozing at the wheel, if you're quiet, nobody can do business with you. And from what I see, the job market's not great. So you have to be a fiery piece of firepower to be able to bring enough value to other people so that you can win. And from what I've seen in the coaching and consulting space, especially over the last few years, 99% of it is just garbage. Garbage. And here on this show, we're not going to tolerate it in 2026. We're just going to call people out. All of it. Because it needs to be said. Nobody says it. Any idiot can put coach in their bio and tell you how to live. You got to ask yourself, who's got the results that I want? For me, I feel like Gary Vee is the internet king. Gary Vee can get on these streams, have a great time, give people value, give people heat, give people something great on video for free. And he's so good at giving it away for free that he gets paid anyway. And that's always been my model. And so at this point, being Pat the nice guy on these shows and on these streams is not going to get anybody any results. It's not how we run our business outside of these streams. And I've been tiptoeing around a bunch of topics lately because I just don't want to get into it with people. And I'm at a point now where I don't even care. We're going to pump out the output so hard and we're going to start pushing it so hard that people aren't even going to be able to keep up. They already can't. You can see a clear difference between who works with our agency and almost anybody else. Because most of the other editors look at our edits for our clients and steal it all. So you definitely know you're doing something right when everybody jocks your entire editing style. On top of that, most people aren't posting anything. How can you possibly win if no one knows who you are? Make the change now in 2025, going into 2026 to make yourself known. Get online, talk about it. And if you do a podcast, make sure you have a video component. And I would suggest that you do a live streaming component too. Alex Hormozi was just talking about how live streaming with video is the most important way to rally people into a room and sell. Alex Hormozi just did like $100 million on his book. Do you think anyone would even know who he is if he just did an audio podcast? It's idiotic to think that anyone would know who Alex Hormozi is if there was no video component to what he does. Do not listen to advice of people telling you not to do video. Those people are going to get their asses kicked over the next 2 or 3 years. It's an idiotic thing to say. So annoying to see it. And I'm calling it out. This is the Social Authority Show. I've been on stage with the biggest social authorities on the planet. So I call it how I see it, and I say it the way that it is. And that's how we do business around here. So check this out. Today we're not going to do any scripts. I've got a whole bunch of those scripts coming. But what I am going to say, because I want to keep it short and sweet, we have a company to run around here. We run a real business. We don't just sit around on Zoom therapy like the DM Alliance and waste time every week. Okay? Let's just start calling it the way it is. We run a real business with a real physical studio where we record video content. And we go out and we work with professionals. And anybody who screws around or plays games or isn't a real authority, we separate from those people and we don't hang out with them anymore. Because in 2026, we do not have time for rookie mistakes. And when you hang out with rookies And when you hang out with people that play at a C level, your game gets dragged down to a C level. And it's so interesting how when I stopped hanging out with certain people and gurus and certain coaches and certain consultants, all of a sudden I started making more money. I started getting more deals. I started getting more gigs. Why? Because I stopped hanging out with dumbasses and people that are full of shit. I encourage you to think about all the people around you that say that they're one thing, but they're something else, and get rid of them. Especially if they act like they're successful or they're a baller when they're not. Wave goodbye, dude. Those kinds of people will eat you for lunch. They're bad people to recommend. They're bad people to refer. And we're just going to start calling it like it is because nobody wants to say it. Everybody's been walking on eggshells in the investor space for years. I've been standing backstage while 90% of these real estate gurus all hate each other, talk shit about each other. They hate the software providers. They hate the other speakers. And no one wants to say anything because it's awkward. And it's like, well, when are we going to just address the elephant in the room? And that's that business is competitive and that you don't need to be friends with everybody just because you're in a similar industry to them. If you wholesale real estate, that doesn't mean you need to be friends with every wholesaler in the country. The thing about business is there's no license needed. There's no certification needed. There's definitely no integrity or character needed. Those are not requirements to start a business. Any crook can get an LLC or an S-Corp and start selling shit on the internet. Be very aware of that going into next year, because let me tell you something. A lot of these people on these platforms that say that they're one thing, they have shape-shifted 9 different ways. They sell something different every 2 years and they're full of shit. Now, Pat Hilton will tell you who the real motherfuckers are. RJ Bates III. He's a real motherfucker. Kyle Mallion. He's a real motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Casey Huff, that's a real motherfucker. Tim Harridge, real motherfucker. Get in line with some real people and recommend them viciously, brutally. Because people are always wondering who's real and who's not. Logan Fulmer, that's a real motherfucker. So there you go. There's some recommendations for you to look up so that you can make changes with who you do business with going into 2026. There's a whole list for you. Because I'm telling you something, I'm going to be streaming and I'm going to be doing free Zooms and I'm going to be helping people learn how to speak on camera from my house. Because I've flown all over the country doing so many of these events. And the empty promises from the coaching industry and from the entertainment, edutainment is what I call it. Because half of it's entertainment, half of it's education, and zero implementation. I just don't think people are going to be buying that kind of stuff in 2026. They want real people in a real community with real meetups that give them real value for their category that they want to learn in. And they're not going to pay for anything else. That's why you see these gurus have dropped their price. Everything's $27 this week. Everything's $27 over Black Friday because it's like it's played out. The whole scene is played out. Everybody knows it. I just don't care anymore, so I'm just willing to say it. I think there's a lot of value in great communities, which is why I just recommended quite a few of them. But I also think that people are just sick and tired of spending thousands and thousands of dollars on an event ticket or a mastermind ticket, thousands and thousands of dollars to fly away from their family, plus the time that it costs to leave home, to go into some conference room where they give you nothing but bullshit and then pitch you on something that's not going to get you any results. People see through it, man. They already know what's going to happen before it happens. I think that entire event style is either dying or dead because people see through it now. You can't fool people now. They're too smart. A lot of people think that the Gen Z and the young kids, that they're so stupid. They are not stupid. They're way smarter than we were at that age. Alcohol consumption is way, way, way down. Why? Because these younger kids don't want to go to the bar, waste a whole bunch of money they don't have to get drunk and feel like shit the next day, like our dumbasses used to do 25 years ago. They're not that stupid anymore. They're not going to show up at some job that doesn't value them, that doesn't pay them well, that gives them no health insurance, shitty hours, and work when they could build an online business, create video content, and make hundreds of thousands of dollars in their house or in their home from their studio. Why would they go work at some shitty retail job when they could make $100 a day or $200 or $300 a day from home in their own bank account and build their own business instead of working for $13, $15 an hour at some shitty retail job? They can make the same amount of money working from home. We're going to show you how to do it for free. All you got to do is be able to talk on camera. Now, I love AI, but I think you need to be very careful with allowing AI to be you, because nobody can be you better than you. So you need to be great at being you. And then you need to be great at only surrounding yourself with people that complement you, take you to the next level. I'm giving Tom Krall a little shit this morning, but I love Tom Krall, or his name wouldn't even come out of my mouth. He's a great coach. I just think that you should do video podcasts, not just audio. And I have proof. Every single famous podcast has video. There's my proof. Like, this isn't even hard. Why are you not on camera? Ask yourself that. In 2026, it's like you want to look a certain way, make a certain amount of money, speak a certain way, communicate a certain way, be in big groups, high-level groups. You're not going to get in high-level groups if you can't have high-level conversations. If you don't know how to communicate at a high level, why the fuck would anybody want you in their high-level executive group? Wake up. Even the guy from the street corner figured this out. I run circles around speakers all day. It's pathetic. It's not that hard to talk. Most of the people that you think are these famous speakers, you think that they're these brilliant people. They're not. They just practice more than you. The people that I know, Fraser Bailey, God bless Fraser Bailey, practically likes everything I post. What a friend. That dude is jacked. You can't fake that. Dude is totally shredded. I've introduced him before on stage. Well, I mean, what kind of people do you want to be around? People that are out of shape, that are operating at a low level, that aren't making the money you want to make, or people that are totally jacked, people that are making good money, helping others get results, because those are the people that are going to help you grow. This is such a simple thing. And if you are someone who needs to improve mindset, physical, finances, relationship, and you're feeling like you're performing at a level 1, that's fine. Show up and learn from great people for free. I have a free Facebook group that you can join. And if you search the members list, you'll notice there's a lot of high-level people in there. Depending on your level of effort, you might be able to connect with someone that could change your life fast. Kyle Mallion can help somebody buy a business. I just saw the ad. 6 months, my buddy Ron bought a business with his wife because they learned how to buy an acquisition deal from Kyle Mallion. And they're in the Elite Wealth Club. Want to buy a business? Join the Elite Wealth Club. Period. End of story. Because at this point, if you want results, then you have to have the right information and the right environment. I think for the longest time, I was in a shitty environment in bars, singing in the corner. And then I got into these business events, and I'm like the entertainer performer guy. And so I thought that everyone around me was balling and successful, and they knew what they were talking about just because I was so dumb and stoned. And now I realize most of those people are full of shit. And that they're very good at putting a persona on online that they're successful, and they're not at all. You got to be careful around that, man. People will fool you on the internet. I got nothing to hide, man. I'm just a guy that talks shit, and I'm good at it. I don't even interview people on this show. I just literally hit go so I can run my mouth and have content for my pages. There's really no other reason to do the show. Now, next year, we're going to be doing a ton of interviews. And obviously, my network is pretty high level. So we're going to have some people that might even shock you. But a lot of the time, I hit record and just go because I want to prove to you how fucking easy it is to just talk on camera so that you get it through your head and stop making excuses, build the brand, build the business, and build the persona that you need to build so that you can be successful. But just talking to your phone and hiding in the corner and not putting yourself out there and making yourself available, you are shooting yourself in the foot when it comes to sales in 2026. Because while everybody else is faking it with avatars and you're keeping it real, that's going to be the difference maker. It's going to be the difference maker. I was talking to a guy at Home Depot yesterday. He had no idea what ChatGPT was. He had no idea what ChatGPT was. I think a lot of people don't even see it coming. They don't even see the AI revolution coming. They don't even know what these apps are. They don't know what they do. It is our job to help people understand it at a macro level. Because we as business owners, marketers, and entrepreneurs, we're at this like micro level. We see everything when it's first coming out, when it's first in development. We're using these tools to do X, Y, and Z. I mean, I can automate an email now. I don't even have to freaking write the email. I write it, but I don't have to send it. It does it all for me. I would be making serious changes if I were you. Here's the serious changes that I would make in 2026 if you want to do more sales as a marketer. Number one, start a video podcast. Everyone who's anyone on the internet these days has their own show, or they are a part of a huge platform like WWE or UFC, or they have a Netflix series. They have a platform that has a show that is series based that they're a part of. Everyone needs their own show. Number two, you need daily clips, at least one. For me, we're going to be trying to do 2 to 3 minimum per day on my page. One, you need your own show. Two, you need daily video clips on all your social media platform channels. There is a video tab in every single social media app. LinkedIn, X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube obviously is a video app, and all of them. TikTok. Why are you not on video when there's a video tab on every single social media platform on the planet? One, start a video podcast show. Two, post daily clips. And three, start your own community. Your own community. For us, we're social authority. We've worked with the biggest names on the planet like Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, Tim Grover, Chris Cavallini, all the big shots that run real businesses that are the biggest names on social media we've worked with and shared the stage with. So who are you going to take advice from? The dipshit in the corner that's never done anything, or the guy that's been there and swung the bat in front of the audience and nailed it into the bleachers? Stop settling for shitty advice from people with no results. Build your own community. So that's it. One, start your own show. Two, post daily clips. Three, start your own community. Build your online business today. We'll be back on the next episode to show you how you can do this, what tools you can use, and how you can take it to the next level. Let's go.
Social authority is a hit, this is our sound. This is our sound. Success ain't luck, it's strategy and grind. Consistency, presence, power in the mind. Speak with a purpose, move with intent. You want results?